Welcome back. Today I'm joined by Sue Margolis, who is here on behalf of United with an update. Well, hi, Sue. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you today?
Good, good. Doing well. Thank you for joining me today. I know you guys have been very busy at, trying to wrap up some things and move on to the next session here.
Starting a new year is always difficult.
Yes, no kidding, especially under our current conditions. So what happened this last time?
Well, this is the time of year that we are on the board are getting started thinking of how we did last year and what we could do to improve services in areas where we fell short. We've looked at what other organizations have successfully done to improve and have decided to begin following a similar plan. In other words, we hope to include quality improvement advances into our operations. This will give us something to measure to see if we're doing indeed improving the level of service that we can offer the community. So the first step in a quality management system is to document what we do. And that's what we're doing right now. At that end, the board is writing standard procedures for all the tasks the board's required to get done. This will make it so future boards will understand what is to be done, because when you get on, you have no idea.
Right.
And this also will make it give the continuity to the work of the board. We're only on there for 3 years. The advantages are obvious. New board members and those with limited knowledge in some areas will be able to function from the get-go. So that's where we're at there. After the documentation has been written, which will take some time, we will validate it by doing audits. We will see if we're really doing what we have documented. And we hope to use residents to help us with these audits.
Okay, that's a good idea, because I was talking to a couple of new board members, and it can be very overwhelming because you are stepping into some big shoes. So doing something like this, I think, is really helpful. So that's a good idea.
Other practices we plan to have are the corrective action request. If there is a systemic problem, we will write a request that VMS explore what is the problem and give us the root cause of the problem, so we can change the documentation or the process so it never occurs again. Finally, we'll be monitoring and measuring key indicators such as customer complaints, operating cost to budget, projects to schedule. We'll be looking for trends and hope the indicators are improving. Last year, there was many measurements, so we have a baseline and we can start from where we and see if we can improve. Above all, this will take training, perseverance, and cooperation, and we will want the assistance of the residents in this endeavor. And we'll be asking all residents to provide us feedback and suggestions on how we can improve. One area we're going to investigate is landscaping operations. I know many of you are disappointed at the level of landscaping that we now have, and we will be working on that. But I do want to explain why it is that it differs from what PCM provided us. Let's look where we have come from. The perception that PCM did a better job. PCM prioritized particularly taking care of what you immediately see, not investing in the underlying infrastructure. Under PCM, dry rot was merely painted over, much quicker and cheaper than fixing the problem. The resident complained about a water backup in the pipe. They roto-rooted it until the pipe cleared, easy, cheap, and quick. But all that led to further deterioration of the quality of our water pipes and their interconnects. We are now saddled with water infrastructure that requires expensive water mitigation work. They left us with no placement parts for our electric panels, and they took a 10% profit from your assessments. So there is a difference. And at the time, much of our landscaping workforce commuted from Mexico, providing us with cheap labor, something we no longer have. We cannot return to the environment of 7 years ago or more. The village has aged. The costs of utilities has risen greatly. Labor costs have become outrageous. And new residents have different priorities from those who were here 7 years ago. We're adapting to that, and we need your help. Today, we're spending our money quite differently, and it makes keeping up appearance more difficulty. To have the landscaping at the same level as when PCM was in charge, we would have to spend $150 per manor per month. We are spending $70. We are holding costs down and doing our best. That is not to say we can't do better, and that's why we have this year made our direction to work on quality. We want everyone to feel that they live in a comfortable, well-maintained home. The board sees its responsibility to ensure the financial stability, maintain the manners and landscaping, and provide a safe environment and minimize costs.
So when you're talking about what you're looking for from the residents, what do you want them to help you with?
Well, we will be asking them to give us feedback on everything that's being done. And we get plenty of it, but we'd like more constructive feedback, not just complaining, saying how they think that things could be done differently. Telling us that their lawn didn't get mowed perfectly isn't going to make a difference today, because lawns grow in 3 days and it'll look different in 3 days.
Right.
What we need to know is what the systemic problems are
Okay.
in that type of situation.
Now, have you guys thought about maybe doing a survey where you could survey things and then have feedback from them that way?
Well, we have thought about that, and that's fairly expensive, and you never get quite what you expect, and it's difficult to put together a survey. We've been talking about it since I've been on the board about a survey, and then we never know what we want to know, and so it's a difficult situation with that.
Okay.
So we do have experts in the village that would be willing to help us put together a survey. So we might be looking at doing that. But the feedback is so small of a percentage, it's hard to figure out if you really got the right thing.
Well, right. And I guess it's just a matter of you continuously asking for the information to let them know and to remind them, because I mean, the minute you go off TV or you go off one of the meetings, they probably forget. And so I think something that came to mind was the census. We kept plugging it a lot about wanting feedback about the census, and you guys reached an 87% of the census, or something crazy high. So maybe something like that. But always let Village Television know how we can help you guys get the word out.
We appreciate you, and we find that you are really doing a wonderful job. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thanks for joining me again, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. And we'll be right back after this.